Welcome to America, where it is not the land of the free, but it is the land of taxes.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon-eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard.
I'm gonna say this one time real loud with my full chest, so go ahead and hear me out on this one. If working is mandatory, if labor is something we are required to do in order to prove we deserve our existence, if we have no choice but to choose an occupation whether or not we want it, if you are forcing me to sell my body to do somebody else's labor and telling me I have no other choice and neither does anyone else, you shouldn't have any other choice but to give us a roof over our heads, food for our stomachs, and whatever else we need to survive! If you want us to be forced to work, but do not want to guarantee life necessities, that is slavery, you fuckwads! This country loves slavery, they just rebranded it! And don't tell me to leave! I would if I had the fucking money! But that's the whole point of this system, you dumb fucks! Fuck this country!
I don't give a fuck if I'm crying, I don't fucking care. America, we're struggling, man. We're dying every fucking day, bro. We gotta hear about another friend that blew his fucking head off. Another friend that fucking overdosed. Another friend that fucking did something stupid. Another friend that fucking... Everyone fucking hates, dude. We're very lonely, America. This is from a veteran. We're fucking dying. We're fucking dying, dude. You can't just feed us pills and say, here's fucking $100 a month. Go fuck yourself. I don't care if I sound like a bitch. We need something to fucking happen, bro. Fuck you.
What would you do if Mr. Trump made a law saying that you have to pledge allegiance to the flag before you go to work in the morning? What would you do? You gonna quit that job, or you going early in the morning, 7:30 in the morning? Sad part is 95 to 98% of y'all will be like this at 7:30 in the morning. But hey, look, this goes to show you that you need to control everything you do, your money, your time, because you don't know what these people can do because you're not making the rules. You're not following your own playbook, which means whatever they say goes. Financial literacy is important. I know that would never happen, but if it did happen, what would you do? What would you do? This goes to show you that the system was made for you not to have information, for you to be a slave. Make your own rules, create your own economy, create your own ecosystem. You need to be around people who want to control everything they do because this is how freedom is made. Tap in, follow me on Instagram at Worldwide Hassan.
Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So a lot of people are actually crying out online about the cost of living in the US right now and how people can no longer afford to live. Like things are super expensive. Housing is already on the rooftop, and some people are already being criminalized for being on the street. So you cannot sleep on the street, you do not have access to housing, and at the end of the day people are freaking out. Okay, not only that, cost of living, generally food is super expensive. You remember how they promised them groceries were going to be cheaper and all of that? Well, it seems those things are not even coming to pass. Those promises are made, but they are nowhere to be found, right? Promises made, promises not kept, and a lot of them are freaking out. Well, I've gathered some clips for you guys which I'm going to let roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch, then I'll come back with the commentary.
Can somebody explain to me in crayon-eating terms why I make over 3 times the federal minimum wage and I cannot afford to live? And I do not want to hear the pull yourself up from your bootstraps, work 90 hours a week. That's not the goal, guys. That should not be our standard. I am so fucking tired of people being complacent with this uniparty, both of them fucking us over. When my parents were my age, they both made less than half of what I make, and they lived alone. I cannot afford to live anywhere alone. A 1-bedroom apartment, $1,800. 2-bedroom apartment, $2,200. Who the fuck can afford that? It is embarrassing to come out and say that it is a struggle to survive right now, but I know so many people are struggling. And do not get me started on what my grandparents were doing. They $3,000 house. And yes, I understand inflation and all of the bullshit that they have been pulling with the Fed. Why are we allowing it? Why? And then I clock out of my shift. I am tired. I have to go home. And I check the news. Another 60 fucking billion to a country nobody can point out on a map. What are we doing? Where has the plot gone? We have lost it, folks. We have fucking lost it. The American dream is dead. It is over. Gone and forgotten.
I'm an American. I pay $1,600 for a flat that has no bedroom. That's 2/3 of my income. I'm an American. I work 50 hours a week. I don't have health insurance. I'm an American. I couldn't afford to have a child even if I wanted to. I'm $7,000 in debt. I'm an American. My health is declining because I can't afford Whole Foods because that's too expensive for my life. I am very overqualified for my job, but no one else is hiring. I'm an American. I make my boss hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars, while I can barely keep myself alive. I'm an American. I have never been out of the States. I have never been on a vacation. I'm an American. I make $20-some an hour. A livable wage here is like 30-some. Yet I don't qualify for government assistance whatsoever. On the days I don't work, I'm so tired I just sleep all day. I'm an American. My electric bill is so expensive I sit outside in the heat because I can't afford to turn the AC on in the damn house. I'm an American, and I fear I'm just an average American. I'm living the American dream.
Immigrants built this country. Yeah, the immigrants that came through Ellis Island came here legally, first of all. Second of all, they were not on welfare programs draining our tax dollars. Almost 60% of households headed by an illegal immigrant are on one or more major welfare programs. The immigrants that came through Ellis Island came to this country during a time when the welfare state as we know it today did not exist. These immigrants only came here if they thought that they could support themselves and actually contribute to society. Whereas immigrants today can receive Medicaid, K-12 education for their kids, they can be put up in a luxury hotel as emergency housing, but they pay taxes. Yeah, they're taking out way more in benefits than they are paying in taxes. On average, each illegal immigrant has a lifetime fiscal drain of around $68,000. On top of that, the immigrants coming through Ellis Island were already largely assimilated to Western culture and Western values. They were largely coming from Western countries.
Literally had my wits in with this shit. Like, I don't know how the fuck people are functioning right now. It's a little too much for me. Like, I know everybody like, well, that's just life. You have to work. That's you can get what you want. You gotta. I don't care. I don't think it's normal to be this overworked. I don't think it's normal to be burnt out. I don't think it's normal to be tired all the time. I don't think it's so normal to be so overstimulated. Everything's so overstimulating. And it's because of our work life. It's because of the fact that we have to rush and everything's hustle, bustle, this, move there, move that, schedule this, time frame that, productivity, fully productive days, wake up at 3 a.m., go to bed at 10 p.m. Like, it's just too much. Like, we're just trying to fit too much in too little time when really all that we should be doing and focus on is literally living and breathing and being human. We can't even focus on that. We can't even focus on our basic ass health because everything is so fucking like, go, rush, do this, do that. And it's like, it never ends. It never stops. And I know like people are like, well, you got to work hard now so you can live comfortable later. There's not going to be comfortable later, man. You're just going to be working hard for the rest of your life until you overwork your body to the point that you can't even do shit no more. And you might just clock out of here. Like, it's no end goal. Like, for some people it do happen. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard to meet your goals, but it's just like, I feel like another thing too is like, it feels like no matter what, it's always gonna be a next goal. You reach one goal, you work your ass off to get to one goal, and then you gotta work your ass off to get to the next goal, and you work your ass off. And the next thing you look up, you're 78, your whole life done flashed ahead of you, and it's like, damn, now, I can finally, enjoy my life. But I don't know. I just don't. It's just not it for me.
So lots of people are now crying about how they cannot afford the cost of living anymore. Things are becoming super expensive for lots and lots of Americans. A lot of them cannot even afford food, groceries, afford their housing and every other thing. People are really freaking out on social media. And yet you have other people from other countries trying to tell them this is how life is where we are. And no wonder, because of the access to information that people have on social media, people are able to see that other countries can also survive, with lesser amount of money, and you don't have to work your whole life to be able to earn that, right? Some people just do one job in their countries, unlike in the US where you can do 2 to 3 jobs, okay, and yet you still cannot afford standard of living, okay? So someone said, I'm Chinese, I work 40 hours, okay, a week, making $20 an hour. My health insurance is $70 a month. The company meals are only $1 each. I pay $500 a month for a 3-bedroom house. I travel abroad 3 times a year. The company covers my internet and phone bills. A while back, I hurt my eye when I was working out I went to the hospital and they did all the checks and prescribed medicine in just 2 hours. The insurance covered the bills because people have been crying about how their insurance cannot even cover anything, right? And this lady is just sharing her own experience in China. This one said, what is your education? I'm American too. I'm $250K in debt. I've learned to take care of myself, live within my means, pay my bills, and not feeling sorry for myself. Okay, I think that people who actually spend so much money because they live above their means, true, but there are also people who have never, who are not even living above their means. They have tried to cut down on everything they termed, expensive or irrelevant at the time, even when those things are really important to them. They try to cut them down, but yet they still are not able to fund their lifestyle or standard of living per se, right? So this one said, I'm an American and money goes to Israel. I'm Dutch. I make 44 euros an hour. My rent is 780 euro per month. Healthcare is a fixed amount per month. I don't have a car. I have 4 bicycles. I have visited 64 countries since 1998. Oh, great, 4 bicycles. Okay, so but I doubt if everyone wants to be like you. I'm an American. I saw the writing on the wall at 18 and started saving every penny. I'm planning to move to go to university abroad somewhere it was free. Ended up in Iceland at 22. It took me 4 years to save, did community college and worked full-time and overtime, lived on couches and small rooms, bought nothing. Within a year of moving to Iceland, I met someone and got married. We moved to Norway when I was 24 and had kids. He supported our whole family as a bartender, a pizza cook, a grocery store cashier, and we lived comfortably, not extravagant but comfortable. Then he started school full-time and I went part-time. We have 4 kids now, married 13 years. I'm on month 8 of maternity leave. He works 40%, 2 days a week from home, and is starting his master's in economics. We send our kids to private IB school, which is subsidized and cost about $400 for 3 older kids. Daycare full-time cost about $120 per month, including meals. Every child receives a benefit of about $150 a month until they are 18, and it's not means tested but automatic. We live in a 3-bedroom house with a garden, drive 2 cars. My husband gets 6 weeks paid vacation a year. We have student loans from the government, but if we ever go on disability, they wiped it. Are you serious? We only have to pay them when we are employed. There are no limits to sick days. When I was postpartum with my 3rd kid, I had bad PPD and my husband got 1 year sick leave on 80% pay to be home and help. We love paying taxes here. We know where the money goes, and we are proud to contribute to the system that helped us to get where we are. I will happily give even more information. Guys, did you see the amount of help? Oh my God, I'm even jealous of her already. Like, you guys, can you see? There are people who actually, there are countries that are actually, thinking about this, how to help their people. And you'll be so happy paying taxes without, being, angry that you're paying taxes and your tax dollars cannot even cover anything. You're happy paying your insurance because your insurance will cover a lot of things for you. But some other people are really crying out on the internet that, imagine making minimum wages a month and yet you can still not afford anything. No vacation, no happiness, no nothing, not affordable living, no affordable housing. You cannot afford to live, okay? Because at the end of the day, your money goes back into the system and nothing gets get to you at the end. Like, you hold nothing at the end of the day, and people are freaking out because of that. Let me know what you all think in the comment. Let's have that conversation. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Credit to all creators on this video. Bye, guys.